3 random words, 2 additional challenges equal 1 movie pitch. This is scripty business. We take on random words and challenges to make the best movie possible. We get 5 minutes with 3 random words to come up with a rough movie idea. Then we spin our wheel of doom to throw a curveball into the mix. After 20 minutes with this added challenge, we spin the wheel for another prompt for an extra 20 minutes. After the time is up, one of us has to summarize what the hell this movie is and deliver it to you in just 5 minutes. It's chaos. It's risky, it is scripty business. In one scene, the dad drags an alligator from the lake into the bedroom of the mum to release the alligator on her, but when he gets the alligator in through the window, he can't let go of it, so she comes into her room and there's mud everywhere and he's led on the bed like holding an alligator, trying to keep it calm. And the whole movie is like a ridiculous back and forth. They end up having both weddings, and it actually goes a bit longer after the wedding, where they end up having to like save one of the marriages that doesn't work out, and they're doing this big like back and forth to sort of do together, and they end up falling in love. And yeah, it's Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon in the lead roles, and it is surprisingly funny. Cheap popcorn humor.
You know what? I've never heard of this. I haven't even heard of the plot. Like, I couldn't even tell you what the name of this film is because none of this rings a bell.
One of our listeners might, and that is how we start the show. Yeah, they're like, I know the title of this movie, Murray. How have you not seen it? It is another week. It is another episode, and unfortunately for everybody, it's my episode. So it's gonna be shit. It's gonna be cheesy. It's gonna be lame. And I'm gonna forget everything that we decide upon. So, yeah, feeling nervous, Murray?
Good.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, I have asked the big book of words to give us 3 words to play with, and then I shall start the timer. The 3 words that we have, my guy, are house, run, and ubiquitous. Ubiquitous, which is present, appearing, or found everywhere. And house and run. Now, run, it's specifically given us to move quickly using your legs. So I'm going to have to say that this is a running movie.
Fuck off, no way. No.
We can't run a shop.
No. It's a word, and I will use any definition, not the fucking definition that your robot spits out. Absolutely not. Run is run. Run is run.
Okay. I'm seeing a thriller movie here where somebody is running an Airbnb in a house, but there's hidden cameras and passageways and all sorts of stuff like that.
Bates Motel or whatever it is?
Yeah, I can't remember. I've never seen Bates Motel. I know that's the Psycho prequel, Bates Motel?
Yes.
Okay, so we're doing...
But it's just, that's what it sounds like to me. Or that...
That's the first thought I had. Go for it. What have you got? Come at me, bro.
I like it, but I want to slightly change it.
Yeah, please do.
Instead of an Airbnb, where there's like cameras and horror and shenanigans, I think it's the same thing, but it's a haunted house where people actually die inside the haunted house.
As in they go to die?
No. It's just like a serial killer or a monster or something supernatural is haunting the haunted house. Everybody just thinks it's a haunted house, but people are actually dying inside the haunted house and their bodies get like whisked away or whatever. It's an actual haunted house.
Yeah. But is this like one of those like old time buildings in the States where you can go and they're like, oh, these rooms have ghosts, and you can stay in a room where you're presuming that this is actually a haunted house. You're voluntarily booking a night's stay.
Yeah, it's like people do that. You know, they do like ghost hunt stuff, and they were like, come stay in our haunted house.
Yeah, but it's less like, you know, this is an event, and it's more, this is a straight up Airbnb. You can book rooms any time of the year. It's always open. This isn't like an event thing, but you're going with the understanding that this is widely known to be a haunted location.
No, I think if I was going to do it, it's like this is their actual business. Their business is like, this is a ghost place. You come here to see ghosts. This is haunted. Because people build whole businesses around that. Like, come here at midnight to this place. It's haunted. but I think it's actually haunted rather than just being a scam.
I feel like this is already a movie, but what if ghosts are running a hotel? So they're haunting
Now we've
it.
arrived. We've arrived. Hotel Transylvania.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but that's a hotel for monsters. It's different.
Yeah. No, this is a
Surely
hotel
that
for
movie
ghosts.
already exists. Surely this movie exists. If this movie doesn't exist, then it's a gold mine waiting to be tapped into.
Okay,
Like,
is this like comedy or is this like horror? Like, because these ghosts are like... The ghosts, I think everybody in this hotel, everybody who works at this hotel is a ghost, and they've all died, maybe at this hotel. But everybody just thinks it's an ordinary hotel, and there's going to be some kind of larger plot in there, but that's what I'm thinking. Like you said, it's literally a hotel run by ghosts.
Okay, we're there. It's definitely going to be a hotel run by ghosts, which helps because the ghosts are ubiquitous, where they're
everywhere.
present, appearing, or found everywhere. Yep, and maybe there's more ghosts than what you see. You know, like you see the guy at the front. You know,
I have this idea of like the maids just like walking through the wall, making the bed, and then walking through the wall into the next room.
I was just going to ask that. Like, does it appear? Do they do ghostly shit in front of the people staying there? Like, that's a part of it?
No, I don't think... okay, yeah, that's a good question. Does everybody know that it's a ghost hotel, or are they trying to keep it secret that it's a ghost hotel? Like, if it's secret, it like burnt down in the 50s. You know, like burnt down in the 50s, and then it was going to be knocked down, and so these like ghosts started haunting it. Maybe that's it. It was like going to be knocked down and turned into like apartments or something else, and like they're fighting for their survival because if it gets knocked down, all the ghosts have to move on to the afterlife or whatever.
So they're trying to run a successful business.
They're trying to run a successful ghost hotel.
Done. I have
Yes.
no problems with any of this. So it's like the Grand Budapest Hotel, the Ghoul Budapest Hotel, the Grand Boogeyman Hotel. There's a lot of shit with that. That is our 5 minutes in order to come up with broad strokes.
The Grand Ghostin. That's it. What about the Grand Ghostin or something like that? You know, like the Grand Western, but it's the Grand Ghost.
The Holodeath Inn. I don't know. We'll get there.
The ghost with the most?
But the G is in brackets. So it's like, right. We're lingering on this too much. It's time to spin the wheel to see what type of movie this is, if it's serious comedy or animated. 'Cause it could be. Oh, no, Murray! No! It's a Fast and Furious movie.
Yes! I don't know how this works, but yeah.
I got family.
Okay. It's a ghost motel, not a hotel. It's a ghost motel next to a racing track, and oh my god, is this gonna be like wacky races now? But they're ghosts like drifting, and like the cars can go through buildings and stuff.
This is just the plot of the next Need for Speed game. I think that's what it is.
The thing that we've got to try and come to terms with is, are we trying to make a sequel to the Fast and Furious movies, or are we making a movie within the Fast franchise? Because like Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, until very later in the franchise, was its own separate thing. That
I think that's
then
the
they
safest
kinda,
bet.
That's the safest bet.
We Tokyo Drift it.
We're making a ghost hotel Fast and Furious movie, which we don't have to include any of the main characters, thank Christ, because there's too many to think about. It's just got to be racing and family. So we need.
I think you're
that.
right. I think like if it's going to be, it's like a motel that's maybe actually like physically attached to the racetrack, and so it's about, all the races stay in this ghost motel or whatever. Maybe the racetrack also burnt down at the same. It was like a catastrophic fire, and so all the pit crew could also be ghosts.
Oh my god! But. Yeah, because Fast and Furious is traditionally street racing.
Races, right? Yeah.
And then it turns into a heist movie with the CIA. And then it turned into them flying a car in space. And then it turns into like a super soldier serum that people take to like be extra strong. I'm gonna trust you because
I haven't seen past 4.
I haven't seen past 6, but I know, and I've overheard enough and seen enough about that it gets this crazy. So
So
We can go pretty balls to the wall crazy.
I think in order to make it fit, and I could be wildly incorrect, but fit the Fast franchise, it needs to be like a Sixth Sense moment, right? It's like, oh, they were all ghosts all along?
I see dead people.
Okay, here's my question to you. Are the drivers also ghosts? Because we can do this.
Okay, well, we've talked before about having Sean Connery's face CGI doubled onto somebody to act. Is Paul Walker the lead in this movie?
Of course.
So that's it. It's already a ghost movie. We're done. We don't need to do anything else because a dead man plays the lead character.
But it's specifically the ghost of Paul Walker. Like, Paul Walker also exists in the world, like, and they look like each other. As in, like, the actor Paul Walker exists in the Fast franchise world. And so this is the ghost of Paul Walker and not the main character of the Fast franchise.
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. What if this is a hotel that when you die, right, your ghost has a room in the hotel. Like, you go to stay in this hotel until you hit the afterlife. Maybe it's like a purgatory location where once you die before your time, before you move up or down, you end up staying at this ghost hotel, right? So it's less that they're doing it to fund them actually having the real world location, and this is like a spiritual plane hotel.
I have a name for
and
you.
Bear with me. So the people that die in like street races come here for another race, and it's like when you win the race, you know what I mean? Like maybe people die mid-race or something like that, so they're incomplete.
I have
so
similar
they go
ideas.
out having another race, and the whole movie can end with Paul Walker arriving at the hotel, and that's how we tie it all into the franchise.
The cameo, nice.
Because he
Yes,
does.
I love it.
I think he does die in the movies as well.
No,
I think
they
that's
have-
how they explain.
Don't they have the road that goes like, woo, separates?
Yeah, but then he never comes back into it, and I don't know if they explain it in the film franchise that he did, like, his character's dead. But this would be a great explanation for why he's not in any further movies. So this works too.
I have a name for you that's dumb as fuck.
Let's hear it.
The halfway house.
Nah,
But it's a house halfway to the afterlife. Come on.
it'd be like Fast and Furious Resurrection, or
No, I'm not talking. Wow, fine. Okay. I'm talking more about.
it's got to be.
hotel.
It's
I'm
a
talking
Fast
more
and
about
Furious
the hotel.
movie, though. Oh, okay. Wouldn't it be like the pit stop, or
Yeah.
some shitty racing term? You know.
Well, here's the question, right? Is this hotel servicing everybody who dies, or specifically only street racers that die?
I reckon like people in the street racing circuit.
Okay.
So you'd have like the girls that walk out with the flags, and then you start.
Okay,
Maybe
so
one
this
of them
hotel
run over,
only
you know?
services the ghosts of street racers who have died. Cool, great. And which I think in the canon of this world, there is a hotel for like every hobby or every like
Okay.
thing, you know, like chefs that die, they go to the restaurant hotel or whatever.
Great other movie idea for down the line for us,
So
by
good.
the way. Kitchen run by ghost chefs.
Ghost actors as well. There's a ghost theater.
The ghost of Gordon Ramsay comes out and judges their dishes.
You're cooking in a burnt pan, you f***ing...
Instead of Hell's Kitchen, it's Heaven's Kitchen.
Well, that's the name. You just call it Hell's Kitchen. I think that's great.
Hell's Kitchen.
Okay, so I think
my
then
God.
what the ideas that I was having is like, because they're ghost driving these cars, they can have like spectacular crashes and not die. It's kind of like video game logic now, like you Need for Speed or your Burnout. It's like a Burnout film, right? Where they're like trying to smash each other's cars. Like there's an element of like
Ooh,
derby-ness to it, where they're trying to have them like crash out in the most spectacular ways because they won't die. They'll just end up back at the hotel.
Yeah, you can race
And they'll
dirty.
just try again.
Yep, you can race dirty as.
Race dirty. Fast and the Furious, dirty races. Race dirty. Race dirty is actually a good name. I kind of like it.
It's not a bad name. So I guess the plot of this movie is going to revolve around a clean race. No, okay. So, and hear me out. Maybe some of the racers don't want to move on. Like this is what they love, so they go out there just to smash cars up.
Everybody's vying for second place.
Yeah, because I guess like you need to finish.
You
the
like
race.
get to the finish line and you slam on your brakes.
Well, I think it's more that you need to finish the race in order to leave, right? Because all these people are
Or
cut
is it
down
just
before
first
they
place?
finish their race. First place would be kind of, I think that gives it more stakes, doesn't it?
That's more stakes, yeah.
That's more stakes. Okay, so you got to finish first to get out. And maybe there is a character that consistently rocks up in second place to stay there, to keep people. And, like, he's a big fucking bully in the story. Because he knows he's going to hell.
What about this? I was going to say, what if, like, first place goes to hell, but if you come last... First place goes to heaven, but if you come last, you also move on, but they send you to hell.
Oh, so it's like a bargain that's been made by the races that enter this. That's kind of dope. And then if you crash out, maybe it doesn't count, like you're disqualified, so you don't just go straight to hell.
Yeah.
There's got to be some kind of catch there. Because if it's a derby, if it's this violent race, then no one's going to risk crashing, because then it means you go to hell.
I think maybe... Well, I think that's what makes it exciting. Yeah, I think that's what makes it exciting. You know, like if someone crashes you out, you're going to hell. You don't want to crash out. But the other thing that you could do is... like first, second, and third all go to heaven and everybody else in the race goes to hell.
Okay. My pitch is...
Or maybe it's a tournament. Maybe it's a tournament.
My pitch is that you win the race, you leave purgatory. This place doesn't decide if you go up or down, right?
Okay.
You've just not finished your final race. Everybody's got to finish their last race that they were meant to. Like, that's their, like, baggage. That's their, like, worldly connection before they can leave. So it's not about moving up or moving down. It's just about finishing the race, which that can be how we get this, like, really carnage-based derby with lots of crashing and disqualified. Because if you're disqualified, you haven't finished the race. So it's almost like a gauntlet that you've got to drive to get out.
I just want some kind of stakes as well. You know, like I love everything you're saying. Like, you come first, you leave. But maybe there's, like... You've only got a year or whatever, and then eventually you'll just fade away into nothing. So some people are like, I just want to crash in derby and I don't care that I don't move on or whatever.
See, I kind of like the idea because it's me that some of the races in this are like old-timey, like 1930s cars. Or like there's like a guy on a horse and carriage. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
I love it. I think it's great. I just think you need stakes. There has to be some kind of stakes because right now, if there's not why, if people are like, no, I just want to do the derby, then it's like, well, I can just win this race like that because only like 3 people are actually racing out of the 20. And the rest is just like a derby. So you know what I mean? Like, it still needs to be stakes.
What if it's just like, what if we pivot back to what we said about the hotel needing to be in business?
I have an idea.
Okay, no, you go first. Mine's a thought, not an idea. If you've got an idea.
If you want your derby thing, then I think it is like first, second, and third go to heaven. Everybody else goes to hell or whatever, or like however you want to stakes. Like first person moves on, but you've got like a week or whatever week worth of races, and then you stop existing. Or you can sign on to be one of the like derby people, and it's like you can never go to heaven, you can never go to hell. You are stuck in purgatory forever, but you just get to fuck people up in this races.
I don't know. We might have to circle back to this because I'm not sold. I don't personally vibe with first place goes to heaven, someone else goes to hell. I don't like that personally as a story.
Then you really need everybody chasing the first place because otherwise it's totally stakeless.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well, let's do that then, right? So you stay there forever until you finish in first.
And then you can still get your old-timey people because they just can't win the races or whatever.
Correct.
You know, like...
Yep. Yeah. So I guess... I love this idea. I love this idea so much. It's a motel of races. Okay, so the next port of call for this would be establishing characters and who we're following and why.
I have an idea on I think the opening scene is a street race. Like we start kind of like they very similar to the first one or the second one. I think it opens on a street race or something like that. And you have this like spectacular street race with this character and they just like absolutely stack it and get like minced. And then they wake up coming to this hotel or whatever, or in the car park of this hotel. And we're all like, what the fuck is going on? And we learn through the main character learning what this thing is. I think that's the best way to do it, because then you can just get in there like straight away.
100%. And then we look at the entire Fast and Furious franchise for like the gnarliest crash where somebody definitely would have died in that race. And then we show that race from the point of view of that character.
Of that person.
So you can see another angle to a previous race. Yes, 100%. And it's like got to be a crash, boom, 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 and then...
And there will be like a montage when they're like prepping for the race where it's like, we've got to like, you know, like in Tokyo Drift where they like fix the car and they like take the engine out and they like do all the... I think we've got to have one of those scenes where they like highly modify the car themselves.
Yes.
Ready for this like afterlife race.
And that's the other thing about the illegal street racing is they're not going to have pit crews and stuff like that. They might have like a gang they're a part of that somebody's better at this sort of thing, but most people entering in these illegal street crews are street thug level and they're doing it themselves, the love of it, to win some pink slips. So I think a lot of the people that crash out are gonna be the people without that support. One of them is a rally driver with a guy in his passenger seat telling him when to make turns and shit as well. We gotta go like all walks of
all kinds of races, Formula 1 races, like all kinds.
There's
of
a couple of sprinters because we need run in there as well. So it's just like a dude.
Drag races,
drag races, everything. Because I think it'd be really fun that it's almost equal terms in the afterlife. So you can have a dude at a horse and carriage from the Wild West that's going just as fast and
same speed,
as dangerous as all the other vehicles. It's like an even playing field, you know?
I think there should be different like genres. Like if you're a drag racer, you only compete in drag races because like they wouldn't. And if you're a drifter, like because otherwise the guy in the Formula 1, he just wins every race. Like
he can't turn effectively for half the things though. Like he'll be faster on the straights but slower on the turns. Like this, and they're customizing their cars and they're doing all their things. I think we need to make it less complicated by having different legs and different genres and different groupings. And it's just, this is just a place for races. And this could literally be, you know, maybe there's a Formula 1 place elsewhere in the spirit plane if we want to go that far, right? We could keep this, right.
True, but like, I'm talking like technical skills, right? If you're a drag racer, you're fucked. You're not going to be able to take any of those corners, do anything. Like,
so I will bow out on the idea of having a dude in a horse and carriage and a person in 1920s one.
That part,
illegal street racing only. Yeah, it does, okay, but then also like the balancing, it's not going to work, right? So this is purely illegal street racing. We're going back to Fast and Furious 1. It's that demographic.
We need
those sort of cars.
We need stakes, Welsh.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what the fucking movie is.
Why do they want to move on from the afterlife? Like, why do they want to come first place and move on?
Because it's torture. They don't sleep. They don't eat. They don't leave the house. All they do is race.
Okay, so it actually sucks to be in this hotel.
Nobody wants to be in purgatory, right? Purgatory is... It's nothing. Literally, it's nothing. So potentially in this story, like they've built these tracks and this hotel in purgatory because maybe the owner of the business or whatever you want to call it, maybe they themselves can never get out of purgatory, so expended years or however long in purgatory creating this to facilitate other people to get up or out. Or maybe it's more nefarious than that.
Should this character have like a friend or a lover or something, anything, who dies before them, who they like looked up to, and then when they get to this hotel, they've got like their, all the photos on the wall of people who have won the races, and they see their friend and they're like, I need to win because I want to go to the afterlife. Like I want to be with my friend again. This place is hell. I'm going to do like you did. I'm going to win this race.
I'm so torn because I love that because family is Fast and Furious, right? Family
there you go.
Street racing.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be kind of cool if he actually knew somebody in the house with him at the time and only one of them can get out, so it gets a bit more personal for who's going to win? Ooh. And maybe for whatever reason, they're both neck and neck and one of them sort of like salutes the other one and just pumps his brakes and lets them go through. He could do it. Our main character could do that. Like, maybe we learn some stuff about this other character. He's been here. Like, you died 15, 20 years ago. You've been here ever since. And he's, like, really, like, destroyed, his personality's shot because of it. He's lost race after race after race. They work together. They do a shake and bake, Rick and Bobby, Talladega Nights kind of thing. and then he allows him to go
They
through.
do their cars together. Yeah, kind of like Ford versus Ferrari. What he does it, yeah, at the end of that
Maybe
film.
something like that.
Okay, I like this, but I think there needs to be like big personal stakes for him. Like, you know, if I slam on my brakes, then they'll never let me race again, and I just have to live in purgatory forever or whatever. Like, you know, there's something like that. Like, they're like, cool, you like, because otherwise, why doesn't everybody do that? Why don't they just be like, 3, 2, 1, go?
You go, then
it's
I go.
Jimmy's turn. Yeah. So I think there has to. I love the idea, but I think like the hotel owners are like, I will banish you forever if you don't compete in this blood sport.
Okay. Well, maybe there's more of a villain involved.
Which is great. No, I like it. I really like it.
There's 3 of them at the end, and it's like neck and neck. And instead of pumping on his brakes, he just fucking rams to the side because it's Derby,
like
that's legal, and just takes the other racer out of the race. So they both end up staying there for another however long. We can make it that this race is like once however many years as well. You know what I mean? And you can practice
like
during that time. Yeah, like you can practice, you can modify your car, but you're not really
stuck in purgatory
fun
for another year. Yeah, yep. I really like that. That's cool.
You don't sleep, you don't eat.
And I think it's the competition's so tough, you know, like it's like 50 cars or 100 cars or whatever.
Oh, yeah, 100 cars is cool. We're talking like death race kind of, you know, like massive stakes now. I like that.
But it also means like when you look at the numbers, it's like 100 cars and there's always 100 cars. You have 100th, you know, like the opportunity to get out of purgatory is so minimal.
Maybe this villain character that he takes out in the final race has been somebody that like boasts about doing that a lot, or like they've seen him do that in a few other legs. We can cut this back to being a tournament, by the way, where it starts. It's a series of 4 races and you get eliminated each time. And then the final race can be like 10 people, like the top 10 that go through.
Yep.
And potentially this guy that he crashes out of the race is an absolute twat. And he's been an arsehole the whole time. And, you know, he's about to have a chance at winning. So he goes, nah, fuck you, dude. I'm taking you down.
Yeah, I think in this world, maybe we can bring in stuff like you can't taste anything. So everything just like kind of tastes like ash or whatever. So it's horrible to be there. But you can still feel things like pain. So if they get in fights in like the cafeteria or whatever, you feel every second of that.
Love it. Yeah, you feel the crash. You feel the crash you go through every time.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
You relive that every time. But then you're like, you snap your fingers and you're back pulling your car out of the garage on the driveway up to the hotel. Maybe every time like when you die, you end up coming through like gates or something up a driveway to a hotel. And there's all these like diagonally parked super flash like pimped out.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
I think you should still feel like a shadow of the injuries. So you're like, you know, you break all your ribs and your arm and stuff, and you wake up and your arm is like bruised and your ribs are bruised. For the
it just
next
takes a long
days.
time to heal. Perfect. Yeah. All right. It's time for a wheel spin. 20 minutes on the clock. This is now set in a supermarket, Murray.
Actually. Okay, I've got it. It's like Toy Story, right?
Okay.
This is like toys come.
I'm so disheartened right now.
Oh. Okay, it's a supermarket, but I think maybe it's like a Walmart, maybe something like that. You know, that like sells groceries, but also sells like toys and stuff like that. So it's like instead of going to this afterlife hotel, you end up possessing toys. So you're still the ghost of a street racer in an illegal street race inside the supermarket at midnight when it's closed. But it's more like Toy Story than it is like... Do you know what I mean? Same everything.
I know what you mean.
It's still like you still come first place and you get to move on. But now it's like... It's Mario Kart is what it is. It's like Mario Kart. So they've got like little toy rockets and...
Why is it a supermarket? That's what I need. I need to justify this before I'll be happy for the rest of my life. Like, I can't. I'm so upset. We had it. We had such a great idea that we were both loving.
It is a tricky one.
Now it's the worst type of curveball. Okay. So, look, the way I can see this working out is supermarkets do sell toys.
Okay, so the specific wording is
It's set in a supermarket.
It's set in a supermarket.
It's set in a supermarket. It's a Fast and Furious franchise movie that's set in a supermarket. And we are affixed to the idea of ghosts running a hotel. Because that's kind of where we went with it. What was it? House run ubiquitous. So house, a building where people live in. Yeah, it's like it's a halfway house.
Toys is the only way I can think that for us to save this is they have like a giant display hotel with all these like toys and cars and stuff in it, and then they like make the track at night and race around the supermarket.
Why a supermarket?
Who cares?
That's the only answer I need.
Welsh, we have told a story about cutlery mobsters. Get over it. Let's just fucking do the thing. We make it work.
It made sense. That made sense to me. This does not make sense. Like if this was like supermarket
it's a
sweep.
giant street race display inside a fucking supermarket, and ex-street racers who die on the track possess the toys inside this supermarket and race to the death to move on to the afterlife. This is fucking hell. Could you imagine being stuck inside a fucking toy inside a Walmart for all of eternity? It would suck ass. Everybody would want to finish this race and get the fuck out of this purgatory. It's the worst place on earth. Just think about it.
Okay.
That's it. That's where we're there. Let's go. Toy Story. It's Mario Kart. Literally, it's Mario Kart. We put little fucking guns. It's like a death race with little fucking like guns on the sides of the cars, and they literally blow the little fucking toys up, and everybody comes into work in the morning and they're like, what the fuck? Why are there like toy shrapnels and little fucking bullet holes and shit everywhere? But they keep doing it because the supermarket's haunted, and it's famously haunted.
Now you got me.
For this reason, because of these illegal street race, ghost race that happen, it's a famously haunted supermarket. And shit, it doesn't even need to be a supermarket anymore. Maybe it's a decommissioned supermarket because the hauntings got so bad that they had to shut down the business. And now it's like an abandoned tourist site because it's a famous haunting. Maybe people come to watch the haunted races. I don't know. You know, like it's like what you said at the start. It's a fucking Airbnb that you book into because you want to see haunted shit, but instead it's a haunted ghost race, death race, fucking hardcore like metal death proof style with machine guns and chainsaws and shit on it as people like race to the death, and they have these fucking horrible deaths and they just stuck doing it again and again and again. But now it's legal to like chainsaw people in half, or like it's like Robot Wars. You remember Robot Wars? They put little fucking like angle grinders and stuff on it. It's that's what it is.
Okay.
Little angle grinders and fucking IEDs and all kinds of shit.
A decommissioned like supermarket. Oh, you know what? It could be a supermarket in like Chernobyl or one of those bomb sites even. Like it doesn't have to be...
I like the idea of the haunting like getting so bad that they're just like, fuck this, we're shutting down their business.
Okay.
Because they brought in like exorcists and they couldn't like, because this is like purgatory, it's stronger than the church, right? So that's like they couldn't clear it out. And so they just had to be like, and then they tried to demolish it, but because it's purgatory, it conspires against them, and like people lose permits, and they just like couldn't erase this place. It's like a permanent blight on the city. That no matter what they do, because purgatory is manifested here, they cannot shut the operation down.
I tried to put something out to you about 4 minutes ago.
Please, hit me go.
No, you've just completely sold me on this now. The only thing I was trying to say was we could still do this as a Fast and Furious type thing, although it's supermarket sweep. If you ever seen or know what supermarket sweep is.
No, what's that?
You basically have like a minute on the clock to run around a supermarket with a trolley up and down the aisles to get items to match a list, and then if you win,
hilarious.
You go through and there's like dollar amounts attached to special things, and you've got like a minute to run around and get it. So I was like, maybe we get something like that, but nope. I like the idea of them racing around in a supermarket now. Okay.
And especially if it's a decommissioned supermarket, they can build like permanent tracks.
Yeah.
Things like split, you go up over the shelves and through and around it and stuff like that. So we get like a real Mario, like a very serious R-rated Mario Kart, or maybe MA 15 plus style Mario Kart.
It'd be M for Fast and Furious. But what I'm saying, what I'm liking about it is that you have like the different biomes almost of a supermarket, where you have like the freezer sections.
The freezer section.
You know?
It's like snow. It's snowing in them.
Yeah, 100%. Because this is Ghosts, it can be, you know, the memory of the cold area is still alive in the building, so it's still cold even though it's a decommissioned thing. And same with, like, you know, the ovens to cook the rotisserie chickens. That sort of area is still
it's like a
something.
desert.
We're on the spiritual plane, right? Like, this is, I think that's what I need to, like, get through my head on this one, is that we did talk about these races in this hotel being in purgatory.
Ghosts, baby.
Not in a real life racetrack. This is a ghost racetrack. So I can accept now that it's set in a supermarket. I'm going away from your it's a real life haunted supermarket idea, because it's, to me, I'm fine with it. I will accept it if I have to, but I don't, because it's my week. And I'm saying that for whatever reason, it's a supermarket, that it's a spiritual
but
point.
You need to
supermarket
justify that.
They're living
you
in.
need to justify that, otherwise it's like a massive hole in the film. To just be like,
I'm aware.
Arbitrary reasons it's in a supermarket, people be like, why? What's the theme? What are we working with? But if you ground it, like previously, then, you know, that at least that's explainable. And be like, oh, okay.
Capitalism.
What?
I don't know. Yeah, that's the biggest fucking roadblock I have.
It's something that you need to figure out.
I know, and I've got 10 minutes left to do it. Right, names. Help me out with names, name of the movie. We've got the character motivations.
Hansen is the main Hansen. His name is Hansen.
Hansen is the main Hansen? Okay, Hansen. Hansen's the main racer. Is he a good racer? Are we saying
I think he's an
racer?
exceptional racer, but I think he got carnaged. I think he got cheated out. You know, like someone clipped him and he spiraled out and died.
Okay.
You know, like I think something dirty like made him come to the afterlife, which is why he doesn't participate in carnage in these races, because he's like, that's the bullshit way that I died. I'm not like bringing myself down to that level.
Which makes it extra that at the end he does
he decides
partake.
to. Yep.
Okay, so Hansen is a clean racer.
What's the friend's name?
And then his mate is
the friend Gretel?
Or not, maybe not a mate. Maybe
Gretel?
No. Maybe I hate you so much.
Is it Gretel Welsh? Gretel? Is it Gretel?
What's Hansen? Could be Greta. I'll go Greta.
Okay.
Hansen and Greta. I hate you. I'm struggling so hard to piece this together, and you're just completely. Oh my god. You're making this into more of a car wreck than Paul Walker's last moments on this earth. So, right, Hansen and Greta. Greta can be a former, not villain, but like a former opponent from previous races, right? And he saw them die when he was
like
younger.
A mutual respect.
There's a mutual respect there, but also they raced against each other. She's going to be his guide to this plane, or are we going to have like a concierge to this hotel that's in the supermarket?
Concierge could be fun. Like a reprised Lance Reddick from the grave from his John Wick role.
Why we just keep bringing back dead people? No, Sean Connery. Sean Connery's the concierge. Lance Reddick can be...
Is every Jerry character Sean Connery
just
from
a dead
now
actor?
on?
Yeah. Okay, no, so... All right, so maybe instead of arriving at the hotel, like, you enter the supermarket... Oh, no, that doesn't make any fucking sense, my guy. Oh, my God!
Dude, I think it's a literal supermarket, decommissioned, just it's haunted. This is the manifestation of purgatory on the physical plane. It's the halfway point between the afterlife and here.
Yep.
And there's a
lot of deaths
literal
there.
Fucking toy hotel inside.
Yep.
The whole middle part of the supermarket's this hotel.
Yeah, no, I can now, that you've just said there really justifies everything to me about it being in a supermarket, is the fact that this supermarket had a lot of death. It's really connected to the afterlife, this whole thing. So this is like a magnet, if you will, for souls that are trapped between the planes. It's the strongest beacon nearby. So every racer that dies is being sucked into this hotel. And that's where they wake up. And maybe that'd be a cool scene as well, for him to wake up in like a hotel room, like confused and look around, and then like open the curtains and see like giant fuck off supermarket shelves.
No. Why am I here? No, of all the places on Earth, fuck you.
It's happening again. That's a little Easter egg for future, for some reason. Okay, so he wakes up in this hotel. There's a knock on the door. The concierge comes in and explains everything I just said. And then he's like, oh, like, but why am I here? And then he's like, well, let me show you to the tracks. And then he like takes him outside, and there's like 4 or 5 different race tracks. But this isn't like lap-based races. We're talking like Rainbow Road in Mario Kart. So it's a start and a finish.
A start to finish, yeah.
All right, which gives us that derby thing. We have Greta, who is the old mate, that he's going to see her working on a car. Are they all riding Hot Wheels cars then, because they're toys?
Oh my god.
Are we getting a sponsorship from Hot Wheels? Like a crossover deal?
Yeah, that's
okay, so they're all working on Hot Wheels cars and customizing it to be like wacky races with stuff to kill people with. Great. Like massive saw blades that come out of their cars and machine guns, whatever.
Yeah, Robot War style, yeah. Little pincer hands to like grab them. And
do you know what could actually make this even more fun is that each race has a different twist. So one of the races you are on a team.
Oh.
So there's 2 of you racing together. You make it through together, or you don't make it through at all. So maybe our main
I like that. Is also then the like Carnage with missiles and chainsaws. Is that just like one of the races? Is like a Carnage race? But you're not allowed those weapons in other ones. I also imagine like our main character having like a pistol that he like pulls out of a holster and like shoots out the window as well while they're driving.
Like a Glock or an Uzi. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? Oh my god, if we're going to do team races then, it's like your navigator is navigating but also shooting. So like Greta like gets up onto the roof and like straps herself to the roof with a fucking chainsaw on a pole, Mad Max style, and like tries to chainsaw the car next to them.
Your car doesn't have to finish the race. You do. So maybe in one of these races, her car is blowing up.
They jump from...
And they
she jumps from her car. Yeah. I think, do you know what? Mad Max Fury Road is actually how this entire film should be.
Okay, we're back on
like
track.
Flamethrowers, chainsaws, people swinging from side to side, jumping from one vehicle to another. That would be really 100%. Fucking cool. That would be amazing. I would watch the heck out of that movie.
The whole thing about working on the cars, because this is the spiritual plane or whatever, they can assess. It's like Green Lanterning to an extent. You know what I mean? And he's like, how do I build this though? What do I do? And it's like, imagine it. And then it's like, blink, all the different tools he needs and like, you know, all the stuff that he wants to attach can be done. Right. So that's going to happen.
I have an idea for you.
Go. We got 5 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I think everybody focuses on the cars, right? They're all like what you can imagine you can have. And nobody has thought to ever exit their car because nobody thought that the rule was you have to finish. They always thought that you had to drive over the line, right? So what if these 2 characters, instead of focusing on fixing their car, they just build a whole bunch of tools like grappling hooks and like all kinds of stuff, and that's their defining moment in this race, is they're jumping from car to car to car to car that nobody else has done before.
I don't hate it. It's just not what I saw happening in those races. Like them carjacking mid-race. It's a very cool idea.
It's fun. It's fucking cool.
I think that the biggest thing about this being a Fast and Furious movie, as much as we're getting wacky races and death race and all the rest of it, is it's still about the race, right? So it needs to...
absolutely.
It's less of that and more of they are racing.
What if they crash out and they're like, I'm not ready to lose this race, and that's when they decide to jack a car as it drives past?
Maybe. I like the idea more of her jumping on top of his car, like him pulling over as her car's like catching on fire and the wheels are popping and being like, get on! And she's like, no! I need to do this myself. And he'd be like, you thought that last time, Greta. It doesn't work that way. You need a family. And then he puts his hand out and she like jumps into his car and they finish that heat together. So I think it should be, all right.
Oh my God, is that when he looks at her and goes like, I'll do the fast, you do the furious?
Perfect. That absolutely is going to happen on that. And then, yeah, she gets on top of the car and, like, machine guns other cars. Right. 4 heats to the race. There's going to be a regular knockout race. There's going to be the team-up race. You know what? 3 heats. Regular, team-up, and then the final race of the top 10. He's going to crash out the other guy. His whole thing is about racing clean, though. So maybe the only reason they make it through the team-up race is because she fucking builds rocket launchers and saw blades and stuff on the car as they're racing. So maybe that's how they get through that and how they get past it. And then the final race, he crashes out the villain, if you will, of this race that's just been bullying people nonstop.
So you can kind of do this Green Lantern stuff on the fly. Why doesn't people just build like jet engines on the back of their car when they?
Because they're driving a car. Because there's one person per car. Who's going to let go of the wheel to go and build something? This is like... And I feel like we need commentators for the race as well. Commentary that's like, oh my God.
Yeah, where they're just like, oh my God.
Is it against the rules? I guess we'll find out afterwards. And then there's this whole thing where the bully's like, they need to be eliminated. That's not fair. And that's when like the games master is like, well, I only said that you had to finish the race, not your vehicle. And there's like, fuck. And then, yeah, he absolutely lets Greta get through. One thing I want to figure out.
Hang on, is that why she goes through? Because she's on the front of the car and technically she crosses the line first?
No, different race. But it's more she wouldn't have made it there without him giving her a lift, right? So there's a bit of a connection there that they have in the final race. One thing I want is the motivation for the hotelier to even do this. What's his purpose in this? Why is he manipulating the spirits of dead races for his enjoyment? You know what I mean? That's my biggest thing to figure out.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think the hotelier is human or was human. I think maybe they're a creature of the afterlife. Like, you know how like Charon takes people from one side of life to the other? Maybe that's what he's doing.
Got it.
He's like a boatman.
Love it. That's amazing.
And this is how he does it.
That's so good.
This is how he ferries the life to the afterlife. Yep.
Yep. And maybe that could be a sort of discussed at one point. It's like, I may as well have some fun out of it. I've been doing this for millennia.
Yeah, it's like you could just take us all to the afterlife, and he'd just be like, where would be the fun in that?
Yeah,
and that's it. That's all the explanation you need.
And then that also works because that he can be the ubiquitous character in this. He's present, he's appearing, and he's found everywhere. He's running these races, and he's the one that has the house. So if anything, he's like the central character of this entire story. We're just not following it.
He also controls everything. You know, like all the powers and stuff come from him. You know, all of that stuff as well.
Okay, 50 seconds left. This movie is going to be called Fast and Furious Races Past or
Fast and the Furious Dead Heat.
Dead Heat. Fucking yes. That is so good. So good. And then the movie's going to end with her getting through, and then he's going to be back working on his car, and then Paul Walker walks in because he's dead. Incredible. Right, I'm going to have
to... He looks up, they lock eyes. They look up, they lock eyes.
Yeah,
and the movie ends on Paul Walker's face. Yeah, 100%.
Because if we're doing that, this guy died in a race of the franchise. Odds are Paul Walker and Vin Diesel were racing in that race that he died in. So he's gonna know.
That's why I mean that they look. That's why they lock eyes.
5 minutes. Pray for me, Jesus Navas. This movie is called Fast and Furious Dead Heat. And it takes place in a spiritual supermarket. We'll get to that in a second. We follow a character in the middle of one of the climactic races from the Fast and Furious franchise. Which one? We'll let you be the judge of that, because neither of us have watched all of them. He crashes out, he rolls the car, dies in a fiery blaze, and when he wakes up in a hotel room, which is odd, because he just died, presumably. As he looks around his hotel room, he notices something is off, looks out the window, and sees supermarket shelves. Giant supermarket shelves with all sorts of goodies and things on it. And then, knock on the door. What's the name of the character that crosses the river Styx again? Charon?
Charon. Charon.
A character comes to the door and explains that he is Charon?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure of the pronunciation.
Okay.
The boatman.
And
you can just call him the boatman.
the boatman. Yeah, he explains that he is here for a chance to get to the afterlife. This is purgatory that he's woken himself up into. He never finished a race. He died partway through something, and he has to compete in the Dead Heats, which is a tournament of deceased street races, the winner of which gets to move on to the afterlife, and the losers have to remain here in purgatory until they are successful. 3.5 minutes to go. He is shown around the area of the supermarket that this hotel takes place in, which isn't a real supermarket. It's an abandoned supermarket in the real world where a lot of people died, so it's connected to the afterlife, hence why all the deceased souls are pulled there by Charon? The boatman? And he has become bored over millennia of ferrying dead people to the afterlife, so has created this scenario, this game, if you will, where they are racing Hot Wheels. Thanks, Mattel, or whoever the Hot Wheels manufacturer is, for sponsoring this movie, around customized heat races throughout the supermarket. So we go through the freezer sections, we go through the kitchen ovens, the chicken ovens, the rotisserie chicken ovens, up on shelves, down through tills and registers, all of that. In a series of 3 heats, the dead racers have to compete in a standard knockout round. Then they compete in a doubles race where 2 cars collectively work together to get through, and a final race of the top 10 races to decide who goes on to the final. When this is getting explained to him, though, and he's shown where he can go to work on his vehicle, he locks eyes with Greta, who is a former racing opponent, someone he respected in the game that he saw die 15 years ago. They have a conversation about what she's been doing there, how she's struggling to get through. Kind of ends on relatively negative terms between these conversations, but they leave it be. They get on with the races. This world, they just have to imagine what materials and tools they need to customize their cars, because it's dirty races. You can die as many times as you want in the afterlife. You're just going to come back to take part in the next tournament. So it's a no-holds-barred death race, Mad Max Fury Road, flamethrowers on cars, massive rotating saw blades, and the actual tracks themselves are likewise very dangerous and lethal. Our racer, though, clean cut, doesn't bump other cars, loves his own car, would not put it through that or do that to anyone else, and he makes it through the first race by the skin of his teeth without damaging anyone else. The second race, he gets buddied up with Greta, and they tag team essentially and can talk on spiritual walkie-talkies through the race. Her car basically blows up, and as it's on his last legs, he reaches out, jumps from car to car. They finish the race together. The other racers are all enraged by this, especially Boris, who's a bit of a bully in this realm. Forgot to mention him. He's a key character. You'll see why. He's a dirty racer. He crashed into every cars. There's an argument. There's an argument that she shouldn't be allowed to proceed because she didn't finish the race in her own car, and the boatman basically responds with, "You just have to finish the race, not your vehicle." It's fine. She goes on. They have their final heat. The two of them are neck and neck with Boris, and it looks like he's going to win until our main character, Hansen, crashes into Boris after saluting Greta to allow her through. She's been stuck there for 15 years. She wins the race, moves on to the afterlife, and he resets in purgatory for another tournament. The end scene of this movie is him working on his car in his little fake toy garage, and as he's working on it, he sees the boatman giving somebody another tour, and it is none other than Paul Walker's character from the Fast and Furious franchise that we forget his name, and they lock eyes because they've seen each other before, and that ties it into the rest of the Fast and Furious franchise because apparently I think he might die in those movies. And that's Fast and Furious Dead Heat.
Yes, I was gonna say there's one thing that I was gonna offer you the whole way through that, and I was like, maybe the boatman makes it a supermarket because he likes the transactional nature, but
done. That is why it's in a supermarket. Jesus Christ. Thanks for letting us take you on a journey. Find us on Facebook and Instagram at Scripty Business for all our updates, and let us know what you thought of this week's episode. You can also follow us ourselves at Murray vs. the World and at S.A. Welshie to see what we're up to. Join the Patreon for access to bonus content and to unlock all previous seasons. Head to patreon.com/scriptybusinesspodcast today. We appreciate your help with us keeping the lights on and the cameras rolling, and we got some extra surprises in store, so watch this space as we grow. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another episode. Until then, stay awesome. We love you. Scripty Business is a Soul Hole production, hosted by the Peas Dinner Network. You've been listening to Murray Curtis and Luke Wilkinson Turner.